On March 13th of this year, Hoop and I were picked up by people claiming to be intelligence. Here's what happened. Before we get started, आप लोग जानना चाहिए कि मेरा नाम अलेक्जेंडर है और मैं अमेरिकी व्लॉगर हूँ और अभी मैं पूरे पाकिस्तान में घूम रहा हूँ रिक्शा के जरिए है। Yes, मेरी रिक्शा के जरिए। And for those of you who know me already, know how much I really love Pakistan and how much it really means to me that Pakistan actually gets to become the tourist destination that we know, you know, I know that it can be. Okay, so to really understand what's actually happening here, we need to go back 30 years in Pakistan's history. So in the 60s and 70s, Pakistan was at the height of its tourism, and then a series of unfortunate events unfolded and totally crippled Pakistan's tourism economy. The first was the Russian invasion of Afghanistan, and that bled over into Pakistan. And after that, that was the September 11th attacks, which labeled Pakistan as a terrorist country. And then followed by the 2008 Marriott hotel bombings, and then 2013 with the Nanga Parbat base camp attacks.
9 foreign tourists have been killed by gunmen in the remote region of Gilgit-Baltistan.
Pakistan's image is so fragile, and it's doing everything in its power to preserve that positive image that it so desperately deserves. But with that fragility comes paranoia, but for obvious reasons, because nobody wants Pakistan to return to that same image. The new government is creating all sorts of amazing campaigns, bringing in foreign influencers, YouTubers, and Instagrammers. It's relaxed its visa policies and NOC policies. The military has done the impossible to eradicate terrorism over the last how many years? And even the law enforcement agencies are doing their best to create a safe environment. So if all of that is said, then what's the problem? The problem is now that the law enforcement agencies have created a safe state, they don't know when to back off of their overprotectiveness. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be vigilant in their efforts. I'm saying the way that they operate should be changed to better facilitate tourism. So here's the story of what happened in Larkana.
This is probably one of the most uncomfortable experiences that I've had in Pakistan.
We were driving in his rickshaw, and the police officer that were with us said we had to go to the hotel for some kind of security issue. And then suddenly men with guns took our cameras off, forced us immediately to grab our stuff and go into our car, and we didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, so they literally gave us absolutely no explanation. We had no idea who they were. There's no credentials or anything given. We had no idea. Pakistan is going to be a booming place for tourism, and I think it is so important that people that are in Pakistan and tourists that are coming to Pakistan understand each other. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing this.
Plus the minister yesterday, what did the minister...
He says Pakistan is open for tourism, yet at the same time, we have this experience happening where we have plainclothesmen putting us in cars without an explanation of why they took us. So what happened?
They had our phones, no ability to communicate with anyone, and then they brought us to a police station. They said to us that we were flying the drone somewhere where we weren't supposed to fly.
I've been in Pakistan 5 months and I've been flying the drone a lot of different places. And you guys know if you watch the vlog, I love flying my drone. And it's so important that you respect whatever the regulation is in that area. And so we're sitting in this interrogation room, and they tell us that, hey, we shouldn't be flying this drone in this one area. Well, before we flew the drone, we asked the police. We were like, hey, can we fly the drone in this area? And the police were like, yeah, no problem, whatever, it's all cool. And
so Hoop and I understand that we were picked up in Larkana because Larkana is not a popular place for tourists. And then all of a sudden you have these two guys with their cameras and their drones driving around in a rickshaw, and one of them speaks Urdu. We get it. We definitely get it.
They said it spent like 3 hours going through phones,
check everything.
But they said, hey, it's all good. Wait 15 minutes. 5 hours later, like legitimately, like we left here at what, 2 in the morning?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what happens to me. I don't know what happens. I don't know if it matters what happens to you, but it matters what happens to the tourists that come here. I think it's so important what the intelligence agencies are doing. It's for the safety of Pakistan, the safety of the tourists that are coming here, yes. But I think what's so important, and the reason and that I'm having this conversation, that we're having this conversation, is that I think that the way that they handled that situation was completely wrong.
So this is my message to Imran Khan, to the law enforcement agencies, to myself, and to you guys, Pakistan. For Imran Khan and the law enforcement agencies, I have 3 things. The first thing that I have for you is maybe change the way that you interact with foreigners. What happened in Larkana could have been done entirely differently and professionally. Now, the reason I'm saying this is imagine if there was a short-term tourist who visited Pakistan without any knowledge of how Pakistan operates, and this happened to them, and the word got out. This could be devastating for Pakistan's tourism. The second thing that I have for you is we noticed that going from one jurisdiction to the next, Hoop and I had to go through the process again and again and again of explaining who we are and what we were doing. The city of Sakar is the perfect example. We were traveling from Larkana to Sakar accompanied by escorts.
Guard change! Guard change! Guard change! Guard change! Guard change!
The guards changed often until finally they dropped us off outside of Sakar city limits.
Do we have a police escort?
I don't see them anymore, but I thought it was not a car waiting for us, but either they're waiting there.
They're probably waiting there. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
We met up with Naji, drove around the city, were stopped by Sakar police, and were given another escort and continued sightseeing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Aurora.
And then things got weirder.
My guess is there's going to be a hiccup, because this has been the story of today, is that we don't have permission, we don't have a guard, we need a guard, we don't have permission to be in Sakar.
And just as we were about to go to Aurora, Naji got a call from the intelligence.
We got a call from a guy who says that we don't have permission to be here, so this is the most frustrating part so far about all of this, is the fact that we just want to film, and we've had the most problems, I think, so far in Sindh.
And then he called Naji again. But this time I answered.
They were like, yes, go to Sakar, go see the bridge, go see the islands, go see this place and this place and this. Nobody, no police even said that. No intelligence agency said this. And now I'm hearing from somebody now that I'm in Sakar that this is wrong. This is like ridiculous.
He was saying that we didn't have permission to be in Sakar, despite everybody else saying that this was not a problem.
I understand that, but the problem is like, when we came into Sakar, the police told us that, hey, it's okay, you don't need security inside of Sakar. And then we're driving around with my friends and having a good time, and then we get stopped by the police, and the police tell us, hey, you cannot be here without security, when the other policeman said, hey, you have to have security. Like, there's a huge disconnect, and it's unfortunate because, like, you guys have a great country. Like, honestly, I love Pakistan and I love traveling Pakistan, but this is the biggest problem that I've encountered. Like, yeah, that's no problem. If you have any issues, I will send you my number. Please call me. Please don't call it. Thank you.
Someone just lost his friendly face.
I'm sorry, man.
It's gone. I've never seen him angry before.
Anyway, let's go.
Did you convince them?
Yeah, it's fine. And they're like, tomorrow you should go. I was like, okay, whatever, we can go tomorrow, that's fine, but we're gonna go. Hey, let's go to Aurora.
And I'm actually really happy I'm not traveling alone here right now. Makes it a lot easier.
We were about to start off to Aurora, but then we got another call.
Got another restricted call saying, hey, you guys actually can't go anywhere. We're stuck. We're waiting for maybe there's a change, maybe there's permission. Who the hell knows? So we're good. We can go.
Kind of. I mean, he was just saying that you can get into any trouble if anything happens in case.
Okay. So we're going to Aurora.
They would leave and you would live here. I'm like, I don't have any problems with that.
Hey, teamwork. Hey!
We took off in the van hoping that they wouldn't change their mind.
I'm literally driving. I don't know if you can see it, but we got policemen, me, Hoop,
and then suddenly Naji got a call saying that there were guys out there looking for us.
Okay, so there's guys looking for us, and we gotta take a U-turn. So, Aurora, until next time, we tried. We were very close.
And so we headed back to Naji's place, and we still don't understand what happened.
And so that's the problem that we're facing in every single town, you know, is when a foreigner comes, what happens?
So it seems like, to us at least, that there isn't a lot of communication happening between districts or even other law enforcement agencies. And it's so frustrating because we have to do this all the time, and this is something that has to be worked on. And the third thing is, maybe come up with a better plan to provide security for foreigners. It was evening and we had just entered the city of Multan, and we met up with our host Javad. On the way to his house, we were stopped by a plainclothes policeman who showed ID and told us this.
We need security of foreigners. This is the responsibility of foreign security cell. That's why we are asking you to please, we are advising you to please accommodate us and take the police protection.
Okay.
Yeah. They will not stop you anywhere.
No. The problem is
number
like,
one. Number
no,
two.
I get it.
Number two. We will not permit you, any foreigner, to stay with any person.
Why? The hospitality is amazing.
No. We think.
So this is.
We advise you to stay in a hotel.
Not only is this process difficult for us, but it's also difficult for the people who want to host us, like Javad and Naji.
This is unfortunate, and I think this is like the biggest problem with this system is the fact that Pakistan is safe, number one. We all it's safe, right?
Yes, safe.
But We get police officers.
Yes.
The world thinks that Pakistan is still unsafe because we have to have police officers. You know,
Also, if you know this policeman in Multan, please send him my apologies because I was really being an asshole and he was only just trying to do his job.
We are taking precautionary measures for your security, for the sake of your security.
And he's right though, it's extremely important for security measures to be taken. And we finally came to an agreement.
अच्छा अगर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेते हैं मैं भी देता हूँ आप आ जाएं
हाँ मैं
आप मुझे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में लिख के दे दें
मैं हाँ मैं रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेता हूँ
ठीक आप लिख के दे दें नो प्रॉब्लम
Perfect.
But the story doesn't end here.
What happened yesterday?
Our host wanted to host 2 other foreigners, 2 Germans, and turns out the police told them no and escorted them off the premises, and they made them stay in a hotel, which is actually rather expensive. And it's really unfortunate too because there are a lot of people who do want to help us, and in cities where there's not a lot of tourism, even big cities like Multan, we still get quite a lot of issues from intelligence and police. It's pretty difficult to travel outside of bigger cities, even to other big cities, as a tourist. And then suddenly we were told to leave Javad's house and stay at a designated hotel. We can't stay here because I don't know who's telling him, but somebody told him that he can't host foreigners unless he has like the proper security clearance or whatever. So basically the guy who wants to host us or has been hosting us is no longer able to host us. The security in Pakistan is good enough to where this doesn't necessarily need to be the case. Provide safety and security for everybody, but from a distance. Like you guys already do in Islamabad, Lahore, and Karachi. For me, I have to be patient and know that Pakistan is a developing country for tourism and that not everything is going to be streamlined. The fragility of Pakistan balances on a thread, and it's so important that Pakistan maintains that positive image. And so I have to accept the fact that sometimes in certain areas, I am going to have to be escorted. For you guys in Pakistan, be open-minded. The law enforcement agencies are just trying to maintain safety and security for everybody. But keep in mind that the Western world has a hard time believing that something is safe if they keep seeing police escorts and guns in the background of photos and videos. But also keep in mind that we don't need to hide this image too, because that is a real Pakistan in certain areas. And that's simply how those areas work. And while I understand that Pakistan views escorts as VIP treatment, the Western world does not. It's so important that I experience Pakistan on a personal level and interact with you guys and hang out in markets and just wherever. But it's so difficult if I have a police escort with me. People view me as somebody more important than I might be. And that's really unfortunate because people on the street who might approach me and be like, Yaar, kya ho raha hai? Kya kar rahe? Ye rickshaw kyun chala rahe? You know, they don't approach me. And instead they just watch from a distance because the policeman is there. So as tourism increases, law enforcement agencies won't be able to maintain the way that they operate. There will simply be too many visitors to escort one by one. So how do other countries that are just as safe as Pakistan, like India, China, and Maldives, how do they operate? What I'm trying to say is that law enforcement agencies are not bad. They're extremely vital to Pakistan's safety and security, but the way that they operate is extremely detrimental to Pakistan's tourism economy. And unfortunately, situations like Larkana are going to happen initially as Pakistan relearns what it means to deal with tourism. So I believe in education through experience, and what happened in Larkana was my worst experience in Pakistan. But what matters is how we learn from it, to help improve Pakistan's tourism economy so that it can grow into something that the rest of the world has never ever seen before. And so my message is to keep working together to help improve Pakistan's tourism economy so that it can grow into something absolutely incredible. And with that, live hard and stay awesome.
Okay, I would like to thank you very much for this interview.
You're welcome, dude.
We're going to Aurora. It's like, what does the lion do? He roars. That was really bad.
That is a very nice train.
Flying the kite. Because that needs to not
Interfere with the
Who's flying the kite? Because the string?
drone.
That's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so anyway.